Hi and welcome to LEGO BUILDZ. Over the next few weeks I'll be showing you my display that I built for the Christchurch Brick Show for 2019. It didn't take me very long to figure out what I wanted to do. For a long time now I've wanted to recreate some scenes from the James Bond films. And once I fleshed out the idea a bit more, it became obvious that what I needed to do was try and recreate one scene from each of the actors' eras. When it came to deciding what scenes to do, some were more obvious than others. But I will give you my thoughts on that when I talk about each of the scenes that I've built.
Yes, I know it's been a long time between these two mock videos, but in the interim I've been working on recreating the No Time to Die trailer out of Lego shot for shot. And that was quite the undertaking. It took me about 6 months. If you haven't seen it, there's a link here to check out. I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Jacob Production, who asked me a few times when the rest of these mock videos were going to come up. Well, Jacob, they're on their way back to you now, so I hope you enjoy them. Today we're going to be looking at a mock that I made from the 1977 Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me, starring Roger Moore. Yep, that's right, I couldn't help myself. I had to do another mock from the Roger Moore era. I really loved the crocodile scene from Live and Let Die, as I had mentioned, and I had done that scene previously. But you can't really go past the Roger Moore era without doing something that incorporates the Lotus Esprit, especially the sub version. I remember watching the film as a boy and thinking that Lotus was so cool. So really it was a no-brainer. Of course there are many different parts of The Spy Who Loved Me I could have done with the Esprit. I could have done part of the car chase, or I could have had the Esprit underwater, but I chose to do the more comical part of the scene with the Esprit in it, when it's coming up out of the water onto the beach and all the beachgoers can't really quite believe what they're seeing. It's a pretty simple mock. I really just wanted to try and make the Esprit the focus, but of course I've got a few little references into the film. So I've got the guy who's been drinking on the beach and kind of doing a double take like we see in the film. And I've got a few minifigures crowding around the Esprit as it's sort of coming up out of the water. I've got a shark sort of further back there, which is kind of a reference to Jaws, not the shark, but the henchman from The Spy Who Loved Me with the metal teeth. And as the Esprit was my main focus in this mock, I really wanted to try and focus on making it as realistic with the shape and the body. Unfortunately there was not enough room for too many figures in it, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There's, on the other side of the Esprit, you'll see that there's Roger Moore sort of throwing the fish out the side, which is a little funny moment that happens as he comes up out of the water. This is the first time that I tried to do any sort of water in my mock, and I was limited with the bricks that I had. I was doing this on a budget, so I was sort of really working with what I had. It's never easy when you have to work to those constraints, but I really just tried to make the best of what I had. I used a lot of single studs, translucent blue, and some lights and darks, and just to try and create a bit of a wave, to try and break up the join between the solid blue base plate and the other base plate, which is kind of layered in colour, which is from a 1990s Paradisa beach set. And then I tried to fill out the greenery at the end there with just different layers, give it a bit of different texture. And I really wanted to try and give the water area a bit more activity as well, so I've got the windsurfer and the different swimmers. Overall I'm really happy with this mock. My favourite part is the Esprit. I think it fits in the scene really nicely and really captures the moment that I was trying to capture. I really like all the different minifigs that I've got, sort of all reacting to the scene as it's unfolding, and I'd like to think that anyone who has seen the film would go, ha, I know exactly where that's from. I have thought in the future modifying the Esprit and doing an underwater scene. When that happens, I'm not sure. Next time we'll be looking at my mock from the 1987 Bond film The Living Daylights, starring Timothy Dalton. That's right, we're in the Dalton era. Thanks very much for watching. Until then, James Bond will return. Thank you for watching LEGO Builds. We really appreciate all of your support. If you have enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on the next video. You can now support LEGO Builds on Patreon. If this is something that you would like to do, please click the link in the description below to follow to our Patreon page. LEGO Builds is now also on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us to take a look behind the scenes of LEGO Builds and what we're currently working on.
I could be speaking to my own reflection. Only your skills die with your body. Mine will survive long after I'm gone.
History isn't kind to men who play God.